Hello everyone, and welcome to my first book review video. I've been meaning to start a Booktube channel for like quite a long time now. I love criticizing and reviewing videos, film, books, TV shows, video games. Pretty much any form of media that I can consume is something I enjoy reviewing and critiquing. This year, I want to push myself to make these videos a little bit as a challenge, as a personal challenge, and a little bit to stay sane throughout these crazy months that we've been living. For the next 6 months, I want to try to make a video at least once a week. Try to hold myself accountable to it, just really stick to this project as much as I can. Hopefully, you guys enjoy it as much as I hope I will. Um, and well, for some time, it took me a while to know exactly what I wanted to start with, what I wanted to review first. And I decided to simply start off with what is probably my favorite book of all time. That book is Feed by M.T. Anderson. Um, this book I read for the first time when I was in seventh grade, and man, it just blew my mind. I remember I had read 1984 right before this book, and I was mind blown, and I just wanted more dystopia. And I remember asking my teacher, "What should I read next after 1984?" and Animal Farm, actually. And he recommended this book. He said it was really good, and I'm glad I took his word because it's my all-time favorite book. So I'm gonna try to review it now and try to be as spoiler free as possible. I really want people who watch this to potentially buy the book or get themselves a copy and read it and enjoy it as much as I have. I know the people I've recommended it to have loved it. Um, Maybe not quite as much as me, but I still think it's a good book. I've also heard people not liking it because it can be a little controversial, because it's YA and because it's dystopian. There's a lot of swear words and teenagers doing dumb stuff that people can argue that shouldn't be normalized in books. The use of swear words and all the other inappropriate things that are done by these teenagers is fine, in my opinion, because the book is supposed to be satirical and it's trying to expose as many flaws with society as it can, especially society in the United States. And to me, it's amazing how accurate it got some of these predictions about society, especially technology and our dependency on search engines such as Google and any other thing. I don't think anyone uses anything but Google, to be honest. I believe that M.T. Anderson is very well aware that he exaggerates every single page that he writes. There is probably not a single page where you don't see an F bomb or some sort of cursing by a spoiled teenager, you know? Um, and yeah, that can be off putting to people, I understand, but if you can ignore that and all the slang, you'll probably end up enjoying the book a lot. Um, the book takes place in a not so distant future. It's supposed to be 100 years from when it was written. It's like around a century from now. And initially, a little bit like any other YA romance that you read, maybe with some sci fi elements, because the book starts off with Titus, the main character, and a group of his friends, all teenagers, partying in the moon because it's the future. That's a thing that can happen, and it's completely normal for them. It's like a weekend getaway. Um, Essentially, they meet this girl called Violet, who is very clear to be the love interest off the bat, and um, it seems very basic. And I guess in essence, the book is basic, but it has some really powerful moments, very raw human moments that make you connect with the characters, and it can be funny, it can be sad. I cried. uh, Granted, I was this 7-year-old boy obsessed with punk rock, and I was still crying over it. I can still reread it and shed a tear. I just think it's beautiful. And anyway, the book focuses on topics such as capitalism, uh, internet, smart devices, society. Everything in America is essentially trying to entertain us to death. Um, the people in this book are all basically controlled by this device called the feed. That's where the book gets its title from. Um, it's like a chip, it's a computer thing that is implanted into people's brains. Essentially, a smartphone that is plugged into your brain. And with like Alexa or Siri or whatever you want to call it, your day to day AI. Everything is controlled by the corporation that created Feed. Um, People can get advertisements randomly about pants or food or anything that is on their mind, really. To me, it's oddly similar to how smart devices work now, where you can say something like, I am hungry, and immediately you'll find ads about food near you. The book focuses on that aspect and how little we care about the things going on around us and how materialistic we have become as a society. I think that M.T. Anderson masterfully criticizes our nature of consumerism and how it will eventually destroy us. Overall, I think this book is an excellent critique of the world we live in, and I think it's a good read for both teenagers and adults to enjoy. I want to thank everyone for sticking around. Please like and subscribe. I'll try to make a video once a week. Like I said, there may be weeks where I do more than that, but I'm not going to push myself to do more than once a week, at first at least. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.